Hey everybody, welcome to the next phase of my robotic alarm clock project here. So as you can see, I've got my clock up and running with this whole tangled mess of wires all connected to my Arduino board here. So let me just go over the basic connections here. I've got my LCD, of course. It's off right now because the clock is only set to display for 7 seconds. And all of these wires here are basically, they look like a big mess, but it's just to connect the LCD through this, I don't know if you can see that, there we go, this integrated circuit that comes with the SparkFun Inventors Kit. It's to connect it to the red board here. I can use 3 wires instead of the whatever 6 or 8 or whatever, I think it's 6 that normally the LCD requires. So that frees up a whole bunch of pins on the board here for me to use with my sensors and motors and stuff like that. So that's mostly what this mess is. There's also an interesting part here. This little module you can see with this red light here. This is called an RTC module. RTC stands for real-time clock. Basically, it keeps the time with a battery that's included. When there's no power to the system, it'll still keep the time. So basically, I read the time from there and then use that to set the system time on the Arduino board, and then use my timekeeping functions from there. So it's basically only used at startup, but it's handy to have when there's no power in the system. It keeps the time. You don't have to keep resetting it every time the whole thing turns on. So of course I got my potentiometer as the, oh, can you guys see that right here? That is to control the display, the contrast, and then in here beside the integrated circuit and the RTC, or in between them, I have the piezo buzzer. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. That's obviously for my alarm sounds. And then I have these 3 buttons to basically control the clock functions. So as you can see, the LCD is off. To turn it on, you can hit any one of these buttons, just like that. So that will display the time for 7 seconds. If you don't hit any button, it'll turn itself off. If you do hit a button, it'll reset the timer from the time you hit the button. So you can use any button to just keep that on. The main function I have programmed in here is to set the alarm. So as you can see, the alarm time comes up and it asks you to set the hours. These green and red buttons, green moves the number up and red moves it down. And then the blue button, this set button, allows you to switch between hours and minutes, and then finally set the alarm. So it's that's the only function I really have right now. Basically, when the whole thing starts up, it'll display here. Why don't I show you that? We'll reset this guy here. So what happens is we read from the RTC module, display the date, show the alarm time, and then display the current time, which will turn off after 7 seconds. So why don't we set this alarm right now? It's currently 3:45, about to turn to 46. So I'm not going to set it for 46 because if you set the alarm for the time that is currently on display or before, it'll actually set the alarm for the next day. So that's not going to work out if I set it right now. So I'm going to set it for 47. Anytime after the current time, it'll set for the current day. So basically, I have no function that makes the alarm never turn on, but you know, I don't really need that right now for the purposes of this project. I'm sure it's an easy function to add. So yeah, this alarm is going to go off in about 20 seconds here. So I'll just keep pushing this button to keep the display on. So basically, when the alarm goes off, the display should come on and it'll make its buzzing sound. So the buzzing sound is just a 1 second pulse tone coming. I just picked a random tone to come out of the buzzer. It's not as loud as I'd like. You'll hear it in a second here. So why don't we just wait for that? There it is. And the current time is displayed. So you can see also when the time displays, the display actually gets kind of dim. Don't know if that really shows up on video. But you know, that's just a working model right now. So to turn it off, you can just hit any button, boom. And I didn't include a snooze functionality or anything like that. This alarm is supposed to get you up in the morning, so no snooze for you. So that's basically it. You know, just run that. it actually took a lot of programming, more than I kind of thought it would. But that mostly had to deal with getting this integrated circuit to work. There's a bunch of libraries out there, and trying to figure out the connections. It can be rather daunting. So if you guys have any questions about how to get that working, feel free to ask me anytime. Shoot me a message, or leave a comment or something, and I'll share with you what I did. So yeah, that's about it. That's my clock module for now. And now I'm going to move on to getting all the sensors and motors working for the actual robotic component. So look forward to that video. See ya!